Hello, thank you for your interest in Acton's annual town meeting. I'm David Martin from the Select Board, here to present the town's municipal operating budget, Article 4, the budgets for fiscal year 2026, which begins on July 1st. This article has two votes, a 2/3 vote for a transfer out of our OPEB trust to partially pay for retiree benefits, plus a majority vote to fund the municipal operations. These are the groups that do the work in the town's budget process. Each has a role, but we all work together to come up with the proposals for town meeting. First and foremost, the town manager produces the budget details based on the select board priorities. This is a long process beginning more than 6 months before town meeting. ALG is composed of representatives from the select board, finance committee, and school committee, plus associated staff. ALG proposes how to apportion revenue between the town and the school district. FinCom reviews departmental budgets and capital plans in detail and brings their recommendations to town meeting. The Select Board brings warrant articles forward for town meeting to consider for appropriation. Before we drill down into the municipal budget, I'd like to give you a bird's eye view of how town finances work. This chart represents the town's general revenue. As you can see from the blue slice, the vast majority comes from real estate taxes, both residential and commercial. The orange slice is other revenue, including auto excise taxes, meal taxes, state aid, and appropriating from free cash. If we pull the other revenue out, the rest is called the levy limit. Under Proposition 2.5, the size of the pie, except for the orange slice, increases by 2.5% each year, plus new growth. The black section is what we don't use under the limit. It's composed of untaxed levy and overlay. Overlay is what we set aside for tax abatements and tax relief programs for people on fixed incomes. Since Proposition 2.5 started, Acton has always used debt exclusions for new buildings and significant renovations of existing buildings. Debt exclusions are separate from the levy limit on the previous slide. This chart shows debt exclusions, the debt exclusions that we currently have. These are added to the blue slice on the previous chart to determine the total tax levy, or what's called the net levy, each year. That's it for revenue. Let's move on to expenses. This chart represents the total operating expenditures in the three entities that we fund: the municipal government in blue, the Acton-Boxborough Regional School District in orange, and the Minuteman Regional School District in green. This is a relatively easy budget year, with expenses increasing only 1.9% due to some debt for school renovations rolling off, and because of a relatively lower increase in the AB School District assessment this year. Now we'll drill into the blue municipal government slice. This is the town budget by department at a glance. It's what we're voting on in this article. The big three departments are police, fire, and public works. The finance slice is large because it covers insurance for all departments, plus debt service. The land use slice includes planning, building, and conservation departments. The operations slice is facilities, information technology, and GIS. You can pause the video if you'd like to take a closer look. Health insurance and pension costs are up significantly again this year. This pushes the overall budget up and squeezes other things. In order to smooth the transition after the override last year, the town postponed a number of projects until this year. This year, we're making investments in the library, the public safety facility, town hall, sidewalks, road safety, public safety vehicles and gear, and stormwater vehicles and culverts, etc. More about those things in Articles 5 and 6. The amounts being voted on in this article are in bold. The proposed municipal operating budget is $40,810,464, an increase of about 4.6% over the current year. All but $300,000 of that is covered by the main motion, which requires a majority vote. OPEB, on the second line down, it stands for Other Post-Employment Benefits. That's the trust where we set aside money to pay for retirees. This year, we're proposing to use $300,000 from OPEB to pay a portion of retiree benefits. That part requires a 2/3 vote. The Select Board voted unanimously to recommend Article 4. Thank you.